'84 Olympics, when he had that controversial stoppage at that time. He should have really won the gold in the '84 Olympics. He wound up with the bronze. But for the next 3 days, there was chaos among all the countries there, especially the USA, Cuba, Russia, over the decision that happened to Evander. At no time did I see him waver. I was with him for those 3 days. He just kept a low tone, just kept saying whatever would happen is going to happen, you know. He never, everybody was running around shouting all over the place, and I saw the mental strength in this guy here.
These are Jonesboro North apartments. I moved in here when I was 12 years old, and apartment here, 86, was the Lucky Apartments. This is where that I grew up in. Quite an experience, and but it's funny, this apartment here was a lot better than the home that we stayed in. I stayed in these apartments to 1984. Coming back and seeing these young kids, and knowing that, you know, for me to be here to show, will inspire them that, you know, you don't have to live here all your life. It's not where you're at, it's where you're going. And that, you know, I came from here and look where I'm at right now at the time. And so, you know, this can inspire these kids to, you know, want to be better.
He's a gentle human being outside of the ring. He's soft-spoken, but in that ring, he's like a Ray Leonard. All the great ones have that quality. He's the kind of guy who would back in Greece, he'd have a sword in his hand and he'd be out in a sawdust coming at you, you know, and you wouldn't want to see that. He's a bayonet fighter. He wants to get in there with you, and get close. He doesn't want any fooling around. He's in a fist fight.
As a pro, Holyfield's rise was swift. Just 2 years after his Olympic disappointment, he was fighting for the junior heavyweight title. It was July 12, 1986. His opponent, Dwight Muhammad Qawi, was heavily favored.
I was fighting a guy that I know was ferocious, and I'm fighting a guy that had a reputation pounding people bigger than him. I mean, he was 5'7", but he was, you know, he was everything that everybody said he was. And everybody making excuses, saying, why is they putting Holyfield in there with the toughest man at this time? He'd only been fighting 2 years. You know, I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and I said, Lord, just let me do the best that I can. Came down to the 4th round. He put that relentless pressure on me that I started tiring out. After the 4th round, you know, I didn't feel that I had any stamina, and this guy would pressure me, and I just said, you know, Lord, just let me last. You know, I didn't ask the Lord to let me win. I just asked him to let me last.
His prayers were answered. These were among the last of an incredible 1,200 punches launched by Holyfield in the 15-round bout.
When the fight was over, it was a tough fight, and I didn't think about winning. Only thing I was saying in my mind, Lord, I just thank you for letting me make 15 rounds. It didn't make no difference who won the fight.
Judge Quintana scores the fight 147-138 for the winner. And new Evander Holyfield!
I remember leaving the arena, going back to the hotel, and ended up had to go to the hospital because I had dehydrated. I had lost 15 pounds. I felt terrible. And you know, for about 3 or 4 months, I felt terrible.
Holyfield's victory over Qawi had been judged the fight of the year. On March 11, 1989, in Las Vegas, he opposed former heavyweight champion Michael Dokes. Ring Magazine would call it the fight of the decade.
After the 9th round, I came back to the corner, and I was sitting on the stoop. And I remember my corner man, Ace Morales, said, call Jesus. And I said, Jesus, please help me. And the bell rung. I went back, and I had a new I felt like I had a little bit more energy going out in that 10th round. And he made some mistakes, and I was able to capitalize, and I knocked him out in that 10th round.
The next goal was to keep looking for better and better ways to keep him motivated, to keep him sharp, implementing things like deep tissue massage work, good, highly researched vitamin supplements, better ways to train, better equipment to train on. So it's just, the goal is, once one goal's met, there's another goal right behind it.
The whole purpose was to get him a heavyweight title fight, that Project Omega. And as I told the Duvas, when the bell rang for the first round with Buster Douglas, the project is over.
It was just like a final exam. You went to school for all that time now. This one day is gonna make the difference what type of person you are.
Some 8 months after shocking Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas makes the first defense of his undisputed heavyweight title. And for the first time, the challenger's mother, Annie Holyfield, has asked her son to win this one for her.
I went out there and I looked right through Buster Douglas at the time, and I just can see that I'm gonna win this fight. I was looking at him so hard that his eyes just dropped. He couldn't look me in my eye. And from that point on, I can sense that it was already over.
This is for the big championship of the world. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions from the challenger or his chief second? Any questions from the champion or his chief second? Let's get it on. Here we go.